people, the only thing I can do is say it's the story.
Yeah.
No, no, after it's you have to understand when you hear a story, which one you think would be, logical.
Hey guys, if you're like me, movies like Bloodsport, movies like Predator were part of your childhood. You love them, you grew up watching them, you still watch them today. They're part of you, just like good music, good movies. They're just part of you when you have a history with them. So it's kind of interesting, I think, and fascinating to find out more about that history, all the details. So in this interview with Mohammed Qissi, we're going to find out exactly what happened with Van Damme and himself on Predator. It's pretty wild stuff. And if you want to get more information, you got to check out the other two previous parts of this interview I did with Mohammed Qissi, talking about how Van Damme actually got the part for Predator and basically how Van Damme and Muhammad got in Bloodsport. Crazy story with Cannon and Menachem Golan. And then it leads to this part, how basically they had to get out of Predator so they could hurry up and do Bloodsport for several reasons. Anyway, if you like this kind of content, this deep dive, please help support the channel. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed. And do yourself a favor, check out those other interviews if you're into this kind of content. I'll put the Mohammed Qissi playlist below, linked in the description. There's all kinds of great stuff. And we're just getting started. While you're at it, do yourself one more favor. Get a computer chair like this. Trust me, it is so comfortable. This is like the ultimate gaming computer chair. Now, obviously, if you're not a gamer, this is still a great computer chair. If you're working from home, like I do, if you're editing content on YouTube, like I do, if you just want to watch videos, sitting down, doing whatever. And of course, if you're gaming, you're going to look amazing. It's like the Ferrari of computer chairs. It looks amazing. It's super comfortable. I'll save you 20%. Linked in the description below. Use my discount code VS.
When we were in Puerto Vallarta, we just want to get the out of there because we wanted to quickly go do blood sport. So we had to find a solution. And Carl Withers, Carl Withers, the one who played up.
Yeah, of course.
He's the one who helped us because we got to be friends with him because we stayed there 6 weeks, right?
Wow.
He has that costume red, big, like puffy, like this, in him. That was just for the special effect. When you see Predator, all the transparency, that was him. All the transparent, how
Yeah,
you
sure.
see like the jungle transparency, like something, but you don't see. So basically, that was the costume for that. Then after they gave us the real costume, which we went to Boss Film to do the whole cast of the whole body, the whole face, everything. That was a tough one. It was rubber, thick rubber, brother. With the heat in Puerto Vallarta was not easy. I got knocked out by the mosquitoes. One day, the doctor had to come. Jean-Claude called the doctor to give me a shot because I passed out. That was like mosquitoes like this in my back. They in the jungle. Many people got sick. Many people, and we have some stories there. Other stories. Anyway, man, we had different stories there. But let's go on.
But how did you guys get out of Predator? Because I heard two different things.
That's what I'm talking about. Carl Withers.
Dylan! You son of a bitch.
We become friends with him, right? He knew our problem. We wanted to keep it confidential, of course, and I felt we could trust him. He said, listen, don't quit. Get fired. Find a solution to get fired, but don't quit because Joel Silver is Joel Silver, very famous producer. He won actually best Oscar of best producer 1 year. So I said, Jean-Claude, you know what we're going to do? As soon as John McTiernan say action, you fall down. That's all. He says action, fall down. And then that's what we did. So once he had his costume, we put his costume on and all that. See him in the picture putting his costume on. I was helping those other people from Boss Film. Basically, then as soon as John McTiernan showed him what he has to do, it was quite dangerous with that costume. Actually, other problem we were afraid of, he break his legs.
Yeah.
And then we are fucked for Bloodsport. Trust me.
Yeah, sure.
Will know the reality.
Mm-hmm.
He's just in a costume. So He just say action, and Jean-Claude does 1, 2 step, fall down. Boom. Then again. Then they say, okay, go rest, because like that costume cost $1 million at that
Jeez.
time. $1 million, that costume.
Wow.
Very expensive. That's what we heard. That's what they told us. Because they, you know, about that costume, you have the other costume before with the special effect, with like 10 people working on this. And for a long time, anyway, something happened in the lunchtime, which helped us also. Joel Silver, I'm telling you, is not an easy man. What happened in the lunchtime, middle of the jungle? You have a guy who was in the group, that Mexican guy. And then you have the girl who was in the group. Remember, you have Carl Weathers, you have, of course, Schwarzenegger, you have a few guys, you have Shane Black, who was killed the first in the group with the glasses. He's the one, Shane Black. Why he came there? To do that part. He was working on a screenplay. He's a screenwriter. And Joel Silver gave him a part there. But he played on that, he worked on Lethal Weapon. He worked before that on the movie with Bruce Willis. What's the name? With that building, with those terrorists, remember?
Oh, you're talking about Die Hard. Yeah, Die Hard.
Yes. That's Shane Black. Remember well, he's the one. Anyway. He's a writer, and he's the one who did that part. As I said to you, we were lunchtime, and Elpidia, remember that Mexican girl in the she did a movie before with Richard Gere, and in a bed where she was nude, right? And something was doing a joke on the set, and they ripped the picture, they took out Richard Gere, and they leave her nude with someone else from the set, something like that. And they give the picture, and she went crazy. She went crazy. Why do you do that? And then she jumped on him. She scratched him. I remember Schwarzenegger was there, Carl Weathers was there. You know, and Joel Silver is the one who came in. He came in to stop her, and she turned on him. And when she turned on him, I jumped on her. And I grabbed her next to the tree, palmerate there. And she was trying to knee me, you know where? She was going for my balls.
Yeah, sure.
But I was going like this. I was going like this. I was going like this, you know, on the side. And then I just was saying, you're going to screw up your career, please. You know what you're doing? Please calm down, calm down. I was squeezing, you know, for her to calm down. And then later on, she thanked me. And then Joel Silver came and thanked me. And people were saying to me, it's very, very rare when Joel Silver thanks somebody. At that time, in same set, same place, we have a mobile home, right? I'm resting, and I hear screaming. And I hear also the voice of Jean-Claude.
Wow, this story is really getting interesting, and the thing that makes it better is how comfortable I am watching it. So guys, do yourself a favor, like mentioned, get this EWIN Racing Gaming Chair linked in the description below. I'll save you 20%. Use my discount code VS. Get one of these, so when you're watching videos in the future, you're going to be extra comfortable, man. Anyway, back to the story.
I hear screaming, and I hear also the voice of Jean-Claude, and the voice of another guy, a Mexican guy, who actually was a chauffeur who was taking actors coming back and going back from the hotel. So when I see the window on the mobile home and I see Jean-Claude pushed him, he goes, and then the guy has a big knife, you know, those knives to cut those things in the jungle, you know?
Yeah, the machetes, yeah.
And then I see him taking out and going for Jean-Claude. I saw red. I opened the door of my mobile home. I don't know how I did, but I jumped a long way, you know, to him. I just jumped on him. He was going for Jean-Claude, and me, I jumped on him. I jumped on his back. Grabbed him, and took the knife out. Bam, bam. I was like so pissed. And then Jean-Claude Saw and some other people, they come stop me. And then I saw red, and then whatever happened after. And then, of course, that helped also because what happened with Joel Silver, and then they know the story, and then they fired the guy, and then time goes by. Same thing. Jean Martin say action. He fall down. Action. He fall down. They said they cannot keep going like this. They cannot keep going like this. So they called us in the office, and then Joel Silver said, "We cannot keep going like this. It's not going to work." We were doing like we were very sad, but inside we were so fucking happy.
Sure.
So we got fired, and they hired another guy with the same costume, and he fucking broke his leg because also it was on the size of Jean-Claude. That's one. So it's not the same size. And it was the dangerous thing he was supposed to do. He broke his leg. Then after they brought the tall guy, and they changed completely the costume.
Yeah.
This is the story.
Yeah, that's interesting. So yeah, you guys wanted to get fired. Let me just ask one thing. I don't know where they came up with this. This is from, did you guys know a guy named Craig Baxley who was over there?
Oh my God. When? In Puerto Vallarta?
Yeah, because he wrote in this book, by the way. Look at this, Mohammed. He wrote in this book about Van Damme. He said Van Damme tried on the $10,000 Predator head, but there was something nobody realized. He was claustrophobic, which you mentioned earlier. And then this thing says Van Damme immediately yanked off the head, slammed it down, shattered it completely, and Joel Silver fired him on the spot and said, "You're never going to work in this town again." That's not true.
Absolutely not true, brother.
I wonder where people come up with these kind of stories.
I can even not say that when you just people, the only thing I can do is say it's the story.
Yeah.
No, after it's you have to understand when you hear a story, which one you think would be, logical. That's all. So no. The one who said that it's on Bloodsport, Marc Qissi said exactly what you said to Jean-Claude, made not in Puerto Vallarta, not in Hunter Predator. When we were in Hong Kong in Bloodsport, because Jean-Claude is extremely difficult to work. But don't forget, Jean-Claude was always careful with the food, man. Anybody will go fucking crazy. I mean, it's not easy, to be careful with the diet and, because to stay always, me, I eat, I have no problem. But he's like, needs to be like, his body, look at his body. You don't have that body just like that. You need to be careful. And when you be careful with the food, you can become very quickly, upset, pissed off.
Yeah,
That's
hungry,
difficult
sure.
to be working with. So, I mean, that's, and it was difficult. It was difficult. And many times, of course, Marc Qissi was coming to me because I was saving the situation just because it's my childhood friend. The only one who really could speak with him, it was me. So yes, one time he said that. Marc Qissi said that to Jean-Claude, "You will never work again in this town. You think you're already a movie star. You're nothing." And of course, we were nothing yet there. Bloodsport. When we were doing Bloodsport, we were nothing. Until Bloodsport came out, when we finished, and then that's where he came back, Marc Qissi, with Kickboxer, because of the success of Bloodsport.